Here's Mark Andrejev, 20 years of age, part of a two-strong Estonian boxing team. He and the light heavyweight, the men making up the Estonian team. So Adrian THIAM CREUS, here's the Spanish boxer, comes to the ring as the reigning Spanish national champion, the 23-year-old. Competed in the World Championships in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago. As up into the ring goes Mark Andrejev for his first appearance at a senior World Championships. So our referee is Chang Yu Ling from Chinese Taipei. She signals time to get this contest underway in the 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division between boxers from Estonia and Spain. The boxer wearing red is Estonia's Mark Andrejev, 20 years of age. Saw him compete earlier this summer at the European Under-22 Championships in Roseto. Was boxing there in the 60 kilogram division. Was eliminated in the preliminary stages, the reigning Estonian national champion. Made a seamless transition from youth to senior boxing, taking back-to-back national titles in Estonia. Youth title in 2019 and senior title the following year. 7 kilograms difference in weight as well, because his youth title came at 56 kilograms and his national senior title in 2020 came at 63 kilograms. So clearly still growing into his physique, could well still be putting on inches in height as well. The man from Kalev, good left hand to the body scored by Creus. Terrific work from the experienced operator. He too competed in the European Under-22 Championships, the previous edition, in Vladikavkaz in Russia, where he came away with a 5th place quarter-final finish in that his final appearance in that age group classification. And in his World Championships in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago, it was the outstanding Brazilian boxer Wanderson Oliveira of Brazil who eliminated him in the first preliminary round. So back for his second appearance at a senior World Boxing Championships, but has accumulated a lot of experience despite the COVID-19 situation since then. Been on multi-nation successes. He scores with a right hand around the corner before skitting off to his left. And you can see he's almost inviting the pressure, backing his reflexes as he's up on his toes. Those boots, the flashing red, white and blue, dancing around the canvas of the boxing ring. And it's proving to be very difficult for Andrejev to pin him down cleanly, because look at that, single shot success and away he goes to his right. Andrejev remaining composed, tucking up behind a high held guard, but you see, trying to bring the uppercut through the middle because the left arm wasn't clamped to the torso. So Andrejev doing his best to try and get himself within range. But Creus able to keep it beyond punching range for the most part, but closes the distance quickly with quick feet and quick burst of punches such as that. 3 minutes in the book. And some eye-catching singles scored by the man in the blue corner. Electing to remain on his feet in between rounds. One suspects it's going to be unanimous in his favor. And there's confirmation. Adrian THIAM CREUS Creuis taking the first round for all 5 scoring judges. Some of the action then from the first round. Beautifully picked left uppercut from the Spanish boxer. Very economical with his punch output, because he likes to do it such as that. Peck and poke without reply, just keeping the distance between himself and his opponent. So into the second round then. Andrejev out with plenty of intent once again. But he's got to try and do something different here, because if he comes in at that type of speed on feet that are as comparatively slow as that, one suspects that Creuis is going to read that all contest long. You see, beaten to the jab, his counter jab falling short, just as it has on 3 successive occasions now. And when he allows Creuis to lead off, well, he simply can't get himself into his own punching range. Again, short by some distance. Does he have the wherewithal at this stage of his career to double up the attack? Remember, he's competed only in his region. Has ventured beyond the borders of Estonia, but only in that region of Northern Europe is where his competitions have come. So it's a big leap up to the global stage. Shot to the body was an effective one. Outside of that continental appearance in Roseto earlier this summer, the majority of his tournaments have been regional ones in and around his corner of the continent. But that's the whole point of such tournaments, to provide that path of progression through to the biggest stage of all. Prove that you're the best in your city, your region, then your country. Corkscrew left uppercut not too far away. Then you get into continental and multi-nations competitions. Then broader internationals as a right hand just inconveniences Andrejev once again. But that is the progression that every champion who has stood on the podium at a World Championships has taken. Nothing is given, everything has to be earned. And that's why respect exists between all boxers, but between champions in particular, because all of them know what has been required to occupy that top spot on the podium. No shortcuts. The ability has to be there. You have to have the requisite amount of experience. Beautiful check right hand landed by Creuis. He didn't just spin off to his right. First he went backwards. Oh, that's a cracking right hand again. Single shot successes in repeated fashion. Left-right combination from Creuis, who is opening up and enjoying his work here now. And Andrejev, still only 20 years of age, remember. He's meeting a man who knows far too much from him at this stage of his career. But plenty of determination, plenty of commitment being demonstrated by the Estonian boxer. But this man has his number, and that's why he's receiving congratulatory pat on the shoulder. And look at the contrast over in that blue corner. Andrejev giving it everything just to try and keep up with Creuis. And look at that. One score of 10-8 returned from the judge from Ukraine, after Creuis taking the second round unanimously, just as he did the first. Well, you have to admire the man's determination, because he's giving himself every opportunity, Andrejev. He's still believing, but the deeper we got into the second round, or the more eye-catching the pot shot successes of Creuis became. Really started to land shots without reply. As we move into the third and final round. So Mark Andrejev conceded both of the completed rounds in unanimous fashion. And Adrian "THIAM CREUS has done a really good job of controlling the tempo of this contest. And again, That's the value of experience as he gets up on his toes, leaning in off that left foot, as we've seen some of the great jabbers do down the years. He's got to watch that he doesn't have his chin out as an open target though, but look at the way he was able to land that flashing left hand, catching ANDREJEV as he's coming in. The face of ANDREJEV being reddened on both sides by the accurate shots being landed by CREUS. Just using all of the space of the boxing ring. And again, the comparative quickness of his feet allow him to close the distance from beyond punching range to within punching range in a flash. And ANDREJEV just doesn't have the experience or the ring craft at this stage of his career to deal with it. But again, this is the terrific thing about garnering experience. This will give ANDREJEV a really good look as to what is required to move up in level on the global stage. He's already proved that he's the best in his country, making that seamless transition from youth to senior level as the national champion as he's fed another stiff left jab from CREUS. Experienced contest among his own age group in Roseto earlier this summer, but here he is facing off against a man in his second AIBA World Boxing Championships, fellow reigning national champion, but with experience on the world stage from Yekaterinburg 2 years ago. And he's enjoying himself here now, and this isn't to disrespect his opponent, it's just to try and play tricks in his mind, as if to say, well, I'm so comfortable up in here, I can afford to do this. What are you going to do about it? Because every time he attempts to do something about it and close the distance, well, invariably he's put on the end of a stiff shot, be it from the left jab or an eye-catching right hand. Composure in the corner being demonstrated by CREUS, able to bob and weave and make the man miss and then score with a left-right combination once again. The right hand far more solid in terms of the flushness with which it landed of that two-shot combination. So closing seconds of this third and final round, and it has been a very controlled display from Adrian THIAM CREUS. Marc ANDREJEV will have learned plenty during the course of that contest in this, his first senior world championships. The 20-year-old being given a taste of what life is like on the grandest stage of all. Now, assuming his confidence isn't dented or damaged by that experience, he'll be able to look back upon this and say, okay, well, this is what the guy was able to do. This is what I need to do to try and counter that. Just awaiting the official verdict then, which should see Adrian THIAM CREUS progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 37 in the ring A, the winner on points by unanimous decision is the boxer out of the blue corner from Spain, Adrian THIAM CREUS.
And there is confirmation of a unanimous point decision victory for Adrian THIAM CREUS of Spain. And what a wonderful moment for him, because he was eliminated in the first preliminary round in Yekaterinburg in his World Championship debut 2 years ago. But again, he demonstrating the value of experience and improvement, because he's gone one better in this contest, producing some terrific shots such as that. Marc ANDREJEV, reigning national champion of Estonia, deserves immense credit for the manner in which he competed. He never stopped trying, his belief was never dented, but he just doesn't have the experience under his belt at the moment to deal with a relaxed, speedy operator such as CREUS at this stage of his career. But no doubt we'll see him again in years to come. But here and now, it's CREUS who goes through to the second preliminary round in the light welterweight division.